I'm Tisha.
I'm Loren.
And this is the Open Booked podcast. Today we are talking about The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. But first, what are you reading?
I just finished an audiobook on my little walkie this morning. So I am in between audiobooks. So I haven't started anything new yet. Paper, I'm still in the same book, a broken record. It'll be here for 10 more weeks. So I'm not sure. I have a clean slate. So we'll see what I end up deciding to pick. What about you?
I am in the same situation. So I just used a credit to get Rebecca Yaros's The Last Letter because I've had it on my Kindle for forever. But as we know, reading actual books is too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the Audible and I'm going to get started on that today.
Awesome. You have to let me know. I heard a couple people on Book Talk, like after the Onyx Storm hangover, go into her other books to like help them. Mm-hmm. And that one was apparently pretty emotional for a lot of people. So
yeah, I did Variation and
I can see the cover now. I can't remember.
Yeah, the cover actually looks, the things we leave unfinished, it looks
that's
like the mailbox.
Yeah, that's the cover I was picturing.
Yeah.
Well, good. I honestly don't know if I'm going to read another little Italian-themed romance or if I'm going to finish that Gods and Monsters series that I started, or if I'm going to pick a random thriller, mystery. I don't know. I may do like a random selection wheel or something. Might help me. I get overwhelmed.
People do like the fishbowl or cup or whatever and just write a bunch of things and pull it out of there.
Yeah.
I definitely need to do that next year to help like in between what we're covering.
Yeah, that's what I struggle with is I'll either be into something and wait to start the pod book, or I'll finish it on Tuesday and then I'm like, well, I need something to read the whole week. So it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Or I'm like Saturday all day, headphones in, trying to finish the pod book before we record on Sunday.
Yeah, that's about 90% of the time.
But it's fresh when that happens. Okay, are we ready to yap?
Yep.
First and foremost, R.I.P. Menendez brothers. We've talked about them off and on for a year because Monsters came out like last September, October, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They got resentenced, for those of you who don't know the whole story, which made them eligible for parole. They both had parole hearings on different days. I'm going to start by saying I just took everything the podcasters or people on TikTok were saying about their good behavior at face value. I thought they're getting out. I'm pretty sure you and I talked about it. They're getting out because they've been in prison for 30 years, 35 actually, I think. Mm-hmm. And they haven't had any infractions or whatever. Like, everything's gonna be great. And there's a part of me that's like, goes back and forth to this day on if I think they should be, if they actually did it for whichever reason. But all in all, if they were abused, they've been in there long enough. If they weren't, I get it. But I don't know. I'm glad it's not my decision to make. I'll just put it that way. But I genuinely thought they were getting out. And turns out the judge was like, hell no to both of them. They have 3 years, they can apply again, and cited like reasons. He didn't just say no. They cited how gruesome and just awful the crime was, especially towards the mother. I've seen several outlets talk about that, who wasn't the abuser, which I find interesting. But apparently both of them been getting in trouble in prison the whole time. Like, the cell phone infractions, I'm like, okay, that's not like everybody has a cell phone in prison. Just they pop up on my For You page sometimes.
Literally.
Brian Koberger, we'll talk about him later, but he has an iPad given to him by the prison that he can FaceTime and email and stuff. I didn't think cell phone was like a thing anymore, but apparently it is. And then fights, drug use. What were the other ones? Like, one time was tax fraud. So was he like helping someone in prison commit? This was Eric. Helping someone in prison commit fraud? Or was he just like, how does he make any money? Because I don't understand. But they didn't go into details. They just said tax fraud. So they had a rap sheet, both of them. Lyle's was mainly cell phone usage and fighting. And Eric's was like everything. So I understand them not getting out, because if you are in prison for murdering and then you are breaking all the rules the whole time and then think you're just gonna get out, like that's
Yeah.
but also
I saw
why
they
didn't
kept
anyone
talking
tell
about
us?
the wife,
Yes,
but
I
they
forgot
haven't
about that.
even been together for years.
They did bring up the wife and how they had sex in a chapel when they weren't allowed to in front of a child.
That's
That
fucked
was
up.
from Brian Enton, and he is a reliable source, okay? So I was like, anyways,
Wild.
which I thought Eric was gay. That was Eric as well. Eric, in the show, they made him to be like the more innocent, younger, sweet brother. It sounds like he might be, the tables might have turned, because Eric's rap sheet was a lot longer than Lyle's.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll hear from them in about 3 years.
Yep.
When they are eligible for parole again. Hopefully they can get their acts together. I mean,
yep.
Maybe for them, but maybe also hopefully not for us, the public, because if they get out, we kind of talked about it before, it may not be good.
Yeah, because they've been in prison so long and they went in as like kids, honestly.
Yeah.
Do they even know how to be an adult in society? Like, I get it, their whole family's supporting them, but like, do they even. Are they? Yeah, I don't know. But also, I don't think, if I had to be asked, do you think they're a danger to society? Not necessarily. I think they killed their parents because of some abuse or specifically targeted their parents. But who's to say somebody isn't going to bully them and they snap? I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one knows. I think they need to go through some heavy screening before that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll circle back in 3 years, see how it goes. Next, did you see the video of the man? It looked like a Ring doorbell cam. I watched the video like 6 times. Dragging. It looked like a giant trash bag or some sort of bag.
Or tarp, even.
Or tarp. Yeah, it looked not like a firm bag. It looked like it had to be a tarp, because if this is what everyone thinks it is, a trash bag would break, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there was a man who was spotted on a home camera dragging / carrying a little bit of both. Like, it seemed like it was heavy and it was a little bit of a struggle. A large bag on a night that his wife disappeared. Nothing. I even gave it a little Google this morning. I've heard nothing since that video.
And I guess he and his kids were found in Peru like 2 days later when she was finally reported missing.
Yep.
Convenient.
Yeah. For sure. It's I'm sure an ongoing investigation. That's why we haven't heard anything. But somehow, to me, it looked like a Ring doorbell and he was going by someone's front door, because you could see like the bushes and whatever. Somebody must have leaked that video, or the police I don't know. I saw it from a news outlet, so who knows where they got it. But yeah, nothing else. I'm sure he's gonna be found out. Like, you're caught red-handed, literally. But I want the whole story. Like, I need the lore.
Yeah.
Okay, next order of business. This shocked me.
Same.
Did you see this? Okay.
Yeah, I think I said
this
was you too.
You did. Yeah, it's like all over my For You page the other day. 60,000 monks broke their vows of silence to nominate Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. I'm not getting political. I'm just saying, I don't know what he's done for the monks. Has he, like, done a lot for their community? I haven't heard. I didn't even see reasoning.
Yeah, the only argument I saw is he's the president of No Wars.
Yeah.
But
because he's trying to end all the world wars. And see what it says.
Because a lot of people say war is profitable, but as a business, which is how our country is and should be ran, because there are funds being exchanged all day, every day, war is not beneficial in the long run.
For population.
It costs population, resources, energy that no one has. If you've watched Landman, you know that we are in a crisis of energy, and we will run out before we are able to find a new resource. And continually bombing places or even having war in areas where those resources are is not a good long-term plan.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I get it. There's this whole like electric movement and stuff, and I think it's great if you want to have a Tesla or a Voldemort, as Tisha would call them, or if you want to get an electric car. I think that's great, but I don't think either way solely is efficient. You have to have all of it because we just are over. I don't want to say overpopulated because our generation has decided to not have kids and they're worried about population decline. But yeah, I think I agree with that. I think a lot of people, I say people, I mean businesses, would rather war because, like, let's talk about Samsung. Yeah, you know them for phones, fridges, microwaves. They make weapons and they are very, very profitable in wartime. I actually didn't know that for a very long time. But yeah, no, it's big businesses thrive in wars. Honestly, it's terrible. The economy thrives in wars. And yeah, I just did another Google, and the only thing I can find is what you said is him trying to end conflicts, which I agree with. I don't care who the president is. I hope they do a good job with non-conflicts and avoiding them and ending them because nobody got time for this shit. Mm-mm. But yeah, that's all I can see. So I just thought it was interesting that it came from monks. Apparently their leader is a big fan, and it's kind of trickled down to all of the disciples. Probably the right word.
Yeah, maybe. You talking about population reminded me. I saw one day, one of the last couple days, that China is now doing its own incentive for families to have children of $1,500. But apparently China is one of the most expensive places to raise a child, and they had a ban on second children for decades, not just a couple years, decades. And they were forcing abortions and sterilization to avoid second children happening. So it's like you held out too long and realized your population has declined for the last 15 years. Sucks to suck.
Yeah. We were taught in school, China, one kid, like 20 years ago, probably, is when I started learning that. Which I guess we don't realize how blessed or lucky we are to live where we do. And everyone can be pissed about what they want to be pissed about. And I think that in itself is a privilege as much as people want to act like it's oppressive here. Just think about that. Think about that. I know people with 8 kids. It's crazy, but I know people with 8 kids. I know people with no kids. I know people with a couple kids. They got to choose that.
The Duggars in Northwest Arkansas have 19 kids, and each of their kids have like 2 to 5 kids. Or
I don't know if we want to claim them.
Josh and his wife have 6, and I think Jessa just had her 5th, and Jana's about to have a baby. I know 2 more of the boys have at least 2 or 3. Jill and her husband have 2, and there was another that has like 6. Oh, they definitely doing their job to repopulate the earth.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's their choice to do that, and also when you think about a lot of Middle Eastern countries, they don't accept gay. They don't accept women having an opinion, and it's sad because I don't really give a shit what anyone does, but that's the way that we were raised so privileged here. And I think hearing these news stories kind of make me go, oh shit, we really do have it good.
For sure.
Yeah. Also, I'm looking at going to Africa next year on a safari. You have to take malaria treatments and all sorts of stuff. And you don't even think about that as an American. You don't even think about it. And these people are living with it. And maybe they love their life, I'm sure. A lot of them do, and that's great. But we're just so blind to everything because of how privileged we are here.
For sure. Crazy.
It's my TED Talk for the day. Okay, I've seen a few TikToks on this. Next topic. I don't know exactly how true all of this is, but I do know it's being talked about more and more, so that is promising. Every time something gets talked about, stuff happens. For example, the Menendez brothers. Before last year, I had never even heard of their story. My mom had, because she was a teenager in the 80s. But I'd never even heard of it. And then now they're getting parole thinking they had life without parole. So change can happen when people talk about things. The John Benet Ramsey case. Apparently, they are retesting DNA and testing new DNA with modern procedures because this was, 1996?
Yeah.
This is probably the most famous cold case of all time. Everyone knows this case. If you don't, bless your heart, and I'm sorry, because you're going to be thinking about this rent-free. You're going to be laying in bed and being like, who did it? Because literally, I was a little kid. I have a distinct memory of, I was a little kid and I used to have all these like off-the-wall questions. And my mom used to say like, oh, write it down and ask God when you get to heaven, or just some like mom answer, So one of my questions was, who killed John Benet Ramsey as like a kid? Because I watched these documentaries and stuff, so I've been like hooked on this for a while.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm not holding my breath. This has been going on. Literally, that was the year I was born. So, almost 30 years. I'm getting old. I'm about to be 30.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm the last person in our friend group still in the 20s.
Yeah.
I'm the baby, but not feeling like it, Bad back, bunion, cataract, starting young.
Yeah.
Granny hobbies like reading. So if we hear anything else, we'll be sure to mention it. Next, the Idaho murders. In case you've lived under a rock the past 3 years and haven't heard of those, they are, since Bryan Kohberger took his plea, they have started releasing things from the case. I waited to put this on our agenda until there was a few things to talk about, because I feel like every week there's something small.
Yeah.
The biggest stuff that's been released has actually created a lawsuit from the families. They were begging to not release the crime scene photos.
Yeah.
They're gruesome. Of course I looked at them. They did blur out bodies, but the blood. And to me, the most haunting photos are the ones without bodies. Like where you see, like the one where the blood was dripping outside the house. That one fucked me up. Because to me, like the creepiest photo is like, this is the last photo before they die. Or like things like that are what creep me out. Because you can just like, I don't know. And the blood and stuff. The bodies are scientific to me at that point. Like it's an investigation. Yeah. But the other stuff is really haunting. Or like the video footage, the last footage of them at like that food truck. That creeps me out. But they released the photos. The families begged them not to. I understand the family's point of not wanting these released.
Yeah.
They didn't listen. They released them anyways. I don't know if they're suing the news articles for publishing it or if they're suing the police department for releasing them. I'm not sure. I just know that there's an impending lawsuit.
Probably.
Maybe both.
Yeah. For their benefit, hopefully it's both separately, because if they try to combine them, then it could be thrown out a lot easier.
Yeah. So I'll keep everyone posted as we hear more on that. They may just settle or something too. To me, I don't think it's about the money to them. So settling doesn't seem realistic. It's more of a, I'm going to throw the book at you and prove a point.
Yeah.
They also released the cops' body cam footage. The roommates, the thing that shocked me the most was that they didn't tell the roommates for so long that there was 4 people dead. They just said, your roommates that aren't here right now, what are their names? Because they were trying to identify bodies. But I think that what I kept going back to is they probably were treating them as suspects. They wanted to see if they'd slip or what they'd say, if they knew anything. To me, I roll up on that scene, there's 2 people alive that have been in that house. It's 11 a.m., they died at 3, and they were in the house the whole time. Suspects number 1, to me. Yeah. I know they were high and drunk and whatever, so probably sleeping, or I don't know. But that is how I would have treated it. So I guess it makes sense, but it was definitely interesting to see the perspective. And it was so sad when they like took the dog out and took the dog for a walk. Poor dog that was in there the whole time. Yeah, terrible scene.
Yeah.
But the good news is people are harassing the fuck out of Bryan Kohberger in prison.
Thank God.
He's also a Karen. He's already submitted formal complaints. They're calling him Bryan Karenberger. He's submitted several formal complaints. The main thing is he is not getting enough food, and he's getting harassed through the vents. Like, people are yelling at him. And I've seen all these girls on TikTok that's like, hey, prisoners who are harassing BK, are you on here? Do you have Venmo? They're gonna donate to the cause.
Send us your commissary link.
Your commissary link. I thought that is hilarious, and I hope that it continues, and I hope he becomes somebody's prison bitch, because piece of shit.
I think even for now they have him kind of isolated for his own safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw he was also complaining not only that he wasn't getting enough food, but the quality of the food did not meet his nutritional needs. I'm like, bitch, I don't care if your nutritional needs are being met. Did you care about Kaylee, or is it Xana?
Xana, Ethan.
I can never remember the other one's name. But did you care about any of their needs when you killed them, when you stalked them for months?
Mm-hmm.
When you went to their house so often that their dog got comfortable with you and that's why it didn't bark?
Mm-hmm. That huge red flag.
And he just, his whole face, like, it makes me want to punch it, but it's also just fucking cold.
Yep.
He's awful.
But how he sat there during the only one that made him uncomfortable was the one where she was personally attacking him and not talking about how great the victim was. That sister needs a fucking Medal of Honor or some shit, because her monologue slayed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, piece of shit. Hope he continues to get harassed till he dies.
Or
gets killed. I hope it's not in an easy way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He needs to suffer.
Long.
Speaking of, I wanted to bring up, this isn't on the agenda, but just talking about people being queens. This is all over my TikTok right now, to the point that I made a TikTok and I was so embarrassed about it, but it made my husband belly laugh, so I said I have to fucking post it. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
That I made on TikTok.
Okay, you need to go look at the one I made. Okay, I made like 10 takes. So, if your For You page is not like mine right now, I'll fill you in. It is trending that Europeans are getting their asses kicked by Americans traveling in Europe when they try to pickpocket. So, I know we don't have many Europeans listeners, probably none. The only listener that pops up in another country sometimes is my sister in Italy. So, no. Here's the thing about America, as we all know. You never know who's fucking packed. You steal a suburban mom's wallet, you might get shot. Kids in the back, whatever. Fuck around and find out around here, right?
Yeah.
So pickpocketing is not a thing. Maybe in New York City, maybe in LA, maybe in the really big cities, which I don't even consider those, like, they're America, but they're not the everyday American, okay?
Yeah.
So, the everyday American is not used to dealing with pickpockets. And we're confrontational by nature, I think. There is one video that is the first one I saw, and I loved it. So, my For You page, obviously, the algorithms figured me out. This mom they just arrived in Venice, Italy, gets her backpack stolen. Luckily, her phone wasn't in it. Like, as she was walking in her Airbnb, it wasn't like she was at a restaurant. She was like, they were like checking into wherever they were staying. Gets her fucking phone. Tracks her shit down via AirTag, AirPods, something. Grabs this bitch by the ponytail. Give me my shit back. Recording. They start like crying, whatever. Ends up like getting her shit, I guess. So then my entire For You page is nothing but don't fuck with Americans, because they will fight you. They're not, apparently Europeans are just like, oh, whatever. Here's the deal. They live there. If someone steals my passport day one of my vacation, I'm fucking stuck. I can't do anything. I can't check. Like, that's, our driver's license don't work there. I have to go find an embassy and then hope to God they could give me an emergency passport or something, which I don't even know if that's a thing. They'd have to do some sort of travel documents to get me home.
Yeah.
Like, apparently it was really bad in Paris, too, during the Olympics, to the point the Parisian government was speaking out saying, like, don't pickpocket Americans. Okay, the real problem is the pickpocketing. Like, tell them not to do that, not to just target other people, not Americans, because American people were beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So I made a TikTok going like this, practicing for my trip so that I don't let my fellow Americans down.
Just remember, Miss Congeniality. Sing.
Yep. The thing is, these videos of these pickpocketers are like innocent looking little women or like young girls. I always always pictured a pickpocketer as like a man for some reason, like a sus looking, like people you see in the corner that are dealing drugs. That's what I picture for pickpockets. But no, they have like gophers that are like look like little girls and young women. Get a fucking job. Literally. Don't steal my money I worked for. Fuck you. I'll fight.
Literally. And I think that's the thing, the biggest difference between Europeans and Americans. Europeans just count it as a loss. They're like, I'll write it off. I'll get a new one. It's okay. Americans, we work for our shit and we're not about to fucking let anybody walk away with it. Like, most of us don't leave our doors unlocked anymore for the excuse of deniability. If someone were to enter our home and we do take care of them, they broke in. Once you step past that threshold, honey, you're gone.
Stand your ground. Bye-bye. Good night. Dirt nap. Yeah. It's, I guess, when you think of it, it is kind of still the wild, wild west like that. Like, if someone were to come up to me in America, my reaction would be different than Europe because obvious reasons.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. If I'm attacked or someone tries to steal my shit in Europe, my response is fists. I don't care if I hit you in the face. I don't care if I hit you in the dick. I don't care if I rip an eyeball out. You touch my shit, I'm gonna fight you physically. I don't care if I get hurt. Don't touch my shit.
Yeah.
And I'd say the same for most, even non-confrontational women. When it comes to like a purse with your money, your basic necessities, you're in a foreign place that you can't just go to the bank and get a new debit card printed. You can't just get a new credit card overnighted. Like, that's just, yeah. Like, I'm making copies of all important documents and putting them on my Google Drive, like taking pictures of them, just in case I lose my phone or my purse or something gets stolen. Like, so if I have to go to the embassy, I can say, hey, let me log into my Gmail real quick. I will show you photos of everything. Like, I am who I say I am. Which, you know, they have to have some sort of policies or procedures for things like, I mean, what if you drop it off the side of a boat? You know, like, they have to have something.
Yeah, shit happens every day, I'm sure.
Yeah, not just theft, but, like, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's hilarious. And it makes me very proud to be an American. Okay, next order of business. I did not know this. We have never gotten dinosaur DNA. I feel like Jurassic Park lied to me.
Yeah.
I've seen this twice. That they're trying to use Scotty, which is the most famous, like, complete T-Rex skeleton of all time. Well, that we found so far. You know, they could be finding shit every day. But they took, like, one piece and they're using some sort of over my head, but x-ray, sonar, radar, something that goes through the bone to try to get the DNA from, like, the receptor things, veins. I don't know. In the bone, they're trying. But I could have swore, I guess everything I knew was from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I mean, how did they get direwolf DNA? Or what was that other thing they're creating?
The woolly mammoth, right?
Yeah.
Those are different time periods, maybe? Okay, so I just did another Google that says scientists have never recovered intact dinosaur DNA because DNA breaks down over time. So it's been too long. Maybe those were after the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
And maybe they were frozen.
Maybe.
Because I know frozen things handled differently.
Yeah.
I don't know. But never mind, I'll save it for conspiracy theory. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I've always thought we had it and just were trying to not create a Jurassic Park world situation. Okay, last bit of yapping before we get to book and movie release updates. I have some updates from, it's been a few weeks since we did it, and I have some new stuff. Emily in Paris, trending TV show. I personally love it. They've just posted like the first round of photos to hype up the new season that's filming. It looks amazing. They're in Venice and Rome, and if I typed out, oh my gosh, if I see them, I'm gonna freak out. Turns out they just paused filming because this is insane. They have a 47-year-old like assistant director that just dropped dead on set. pronounced dead at the scene. They haven't said what, but I think a lot of the news sources were suspecting a heart attack. But yeah, so they suspended filming, as they should, which is crazy to me. So young, so sad. But so hopefully they can find answers on what caused it. But yeah, that's hot off the press.
Don't ask me why my conspiracy brain went to. I have to look it up because we just watched this movie a couple weeks ago with Jason Bateman. Carry On came out last year.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
But near the beginning, someone is injected, not obviously, with something that essentially causes a heart attack.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. It's a really good movie. Leaves you on the edge of your seat. But yeah, I was like, huh.
It has the guy that plays Elton John too, right? Taron Egerton?
Yeah.
Okay. He's a good actor.
Yeah. And Sophia Carson?
She's like in my Oxford year. In case you can't tell, I'm still not over it. I bring it up every week. I'm pissed. Okay, are we ready to move into book releases and movie adaptation updates?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start with stuff at the beginning that is next year and further out. And then I have some this year updates at the bottom. So, first, Elsie Silver just announced a new book series coming out May 19th, 2026. It's called Fever Dream. I think just the first book's coming out then, but she's been known to like pump them out. So excited about this. We haven't even covered any Elsie Silver books. I think we probably should put that on the agenda because we were going to research to see if she was Danny Francis. She was on the list.
Did we not do that one? I thought we did one Elsie Silver book and we were like, I don't think it's her.
No, that was these ones. Danielle Jensen.
Okay, yeah. And I think I have all of her books on my TBR. I just haven't dug in yet.
She has the, I think it's called Chestnut Springs or Chestnut, and it's like cowboy romance, and that's like her most known for series.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Abby Jimenez. We're actually covering one of her novellas today. She has a book called The Night We Met coming March 31st, 2026, and the cover came out, and it is fucking gorgeous. Fireworks, sprayed edges. I'm obsessed. I will definitely be buying that. Whether the book's good or not, I don't care. It's beautiful. I'm sure it'll be great, though. We talked about a few weeks ago, Frankenstein, the adaptation from Netflix, Guillermo del Toro's adaptation, about how it should be coming out soon. Yeah, it's coming out November 7th. We got a date literally the day after we recorded that episode, and I forgot to update.
Nice.
Yeah, so November 7th, update there. The book 1,000 Boy Kisses is getting a movie adaptation. More details to come. I think they just announced that they were looking at that. When they first announced it, this is what I've learned. They still have to like screenwrite it, find whatever. So pretty much somebody bought the rights to make a movie. Whether they act on that or not is questionable, but that is what happened here.
Could be next year, could be 10 years from now.
Yep. January 2026, Ashley Elston has a new thriller coming out. It's called Anatomy of an Alibi. Did we cover First Lie Wins on here?
I don't think so.
Or did I just read it? Okay. So I'm going to assume this is her other book. I'm going to assume this will be a Book of the Month special because I got this book a month early through Book of the Month. So I got this like in December. Oh, it says January 2024. So maybe it came out early February or late January. I got it early. I know that. So now my bookshelf's all messed up. Anyways, so we'll keep an eye out for Book of the Month selections for that. Okay, now we're talking stuff this year. One of these is hot off the press, and it kind of sounds like that little mini Christmas novella series that we did last year. It's the same but spooky, so I'm going to add it to our list to cover.
Yeah.
But there's no Tessa Bailey. Last time there was Tessa Bailey. It's a little bit different author. So, it's an Amazon Prime original stories called Scared Sexy, 6 books. They're coming September 23rd. They're going to be included on KU and Amazon Prime. And if it's like last time, they were read and listen for free. So we got to listen to all 6 of them. The first one, Allie Hazelwood, the Queen, Hot for Slayer. Second one, Christina Loren, Falling. Christina Loren's also a queen. We've read some of her books as well. J.T. Giesinger, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Spicy Little Curses. Ruby Dixon, Space Vampire. Katie Robert, Beautiful Nightmare. Kimberly Lemming, My Boyfriends Are All Monsters. And they're all included in like a little short story. So I'm actually really excited about this.
I feel like I've seen Ruby Dixon before. I have Ice Planet Barbarians on my want to read list.
This is that's monster romance.
Romance.
They talked about that at bingo. That was one of the answers.
So this might be our
dipping the toe
intro to monster smut.
I mean, when you think about vampire, werewolf, and even the fae with the wings, it's kind of
monster,
not human. Yeah. So yeah, Scared Sexy is what they're called. September 23rd.
To the TBR.
I actually put it on our agenda now too.
And the 23rd is the same day Bryn Weaver's comes out.
That is that's on my list too. Yep. Bryn Weaver Taurus season comes out September 23rd, which we talked about a couple weeks ago. We're very excited about that one, especially after reading the little novella that bridged everything. Very excited about that. Unpopular opinion, maybe, I like her more than Nevessa Allen. They're like two really trending book talk, like spicy authors right now, and I'm really leaning towards Bryn Weaver. Because she adds way more comedy. Maybe that's what it is. I like the comedy aspect.
Yeah, there's a lot more banter and a lot less politics.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and yes. Okay, next up, also our Queen Allie Hazelwood, October 7th, Mate, which is the sequel to Bride. Which I haven't read, but I have it right here. I want to read this. I got this on our book crawl.
Mm-hmm.
That was my bingo stamp for a book on my TBR.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming October 7th. I'm probably going to get both of them in. Or read that one right before.
Yeah.
Okay. Brimstone. We talked about this last week because I showed my special edition little Quicksilver book. Brimstone by Callie Hart. The sequel to Quicksilver is coming out November 18th. Exciting stuff.
So exciting.
Yep. We talked about the movies a couple weeks ago, so I didn't put those on here. This is just stuff that we hadn't really covered. So I'll continue to do this periodically when there's stuff to cover. Are we ready for the very, very short Fall Risk?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think?
First, spoilers, in case you haven't read it. The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. We did not realize, again, that this is the second in a series. It's called the Valentine's Day series. So it made sense without reading the first one. So it's okay if you haven't read it to read this. It is very short. It is very sweet. I had several kicking my feet, just giggling moments because it's so just cutesy. Like, it's the perfect little palate cleanser to get out of a funk or whatever from a very serious romantasy or a bunch of thrillers or whatever. Like, this was just perfect.
My only complaint is that I wanted this to be a full book.
Same. I would love way more of this. So I'm like, is there a third? That I can just keep going? I'm going to go back and read the first one so that I get more, like, backstory. But yeah.
Literally, while you were just talking, I was like, shit, I need to go to my Goodreads and find those others, put it on there so that I can get them later. I loved both FMC and MMC here. Like, I want a side story for the friend couple. I want more old lady action. Not like that, but like little side stories of him going into their plant class. Like, I loved that. I thought it was so cute.
Was it botany or arborist?
He was an arborist.
That's what I thought. Because
which means he cuts trees down. Or grows trees. Yeah, trees.
Botany is just all plants?
Plants, I think so.
Okay.
Yep. I should know. I was on the floriculture team in FFA in high school. Were you?
No. Horticulture. I was on horticulture, not floriculture.
I did floriculture, which was more flowers. We actually went to state. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah, we did not, because I was like one of 2 or 3.
We had a full squad, but we would use it pretty much as an excuse to get out of other classes. So we had our agri teacher, who, by the way, was fresh out of school, like 22, would write us notes to, like, get out of math. And it was like a girl. Like, she was I would have loved to be friends with her at that age. Would just like write us a note and we would just go in the Agri building and look at pictures of flowers. Man, this is smart.
Identification is key.
That's what we do. I love it. That's hilarious. Yeah, so the book. My favorite part was the whole little pool setup.
Yeah, that was so cute.
I'm telling you, I want a full book.
Yeah.
I want the backstory of him and his tragic story of his fiance. Were they engaged? Or married? No, they were married. He just got divorced.
Married.
They were married, and he left her for his cousin. For her cousin. Matching family t-shirts and all. That was hilarious. And then her stalker, like, their backstories are so, I don't want to say cool, but like tragic, that I needed a little bit of them from that, meeting each other, moving in, a little bit of angst and build up, a little burn, and then like the, you know.
Yeah.
I would have loved this as a full book. Yeah.
Okay, so I was just looking up like the series and how to read her books in order. Okay. So Abby writes all of her books in connected standalone series, not one long continuous series. So they are all interconnected, but they're not like, you have to read this to understand this, which I love.
Okay. Yeah, I love that too. I had to like let that sink in, but that makes a lot of sense. I really like that.
Yeah.
So you can be like, oh, I know who that character is.
Yeah. There's the Friend Zone series, Part of Your World series, and then there's crossover and a cohesive world, like they all live in the same general area. But I'm not seeing anything about this Valentine's Day series.
Interesting. Maybe it's a part of another like Amazon book thing. Because she was a part of the Christmas one, right?
Maybe. I don't see. There's Worst Wingman Ever. The Improbable Meet Cute collection. So that was part of a collection, but it wasn't this Christmas one. Part of Your World, Roman. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So now I'm going down the Abby Jimenez and Carly Fortune rabbit holes. I'll have them all read by the time you get back from vacation.
Yeah. Also, this is going to come out while I'm on vacation, huh?
Yeah.
I was going to say I need some Kindle KU Rex, because I don't have room to take any books. A usual vacation me loves a paper book by the ocean, by the pool, on the plane. I have no fucking room. I pre-packed yesterday. Obviously, we're pre-recording. I will be in the Italian somewhere when this comes out. But I had to squish my carry-on up against the wall with all my might and zip really quick. I even used those shrink bags from TikTok because I am only taking carry-on in a backpack for 15 days. The deal is, we're going to so many cities. I've seen horror stories about a lot of places don't have elevators. Venice, I have to get those bitches on a boat. Yeah. And just so many little things that everyone was like, just get VRBOs that have a washer. They don't use dryers, by the way. We'll have to hang them. So I bought a portable steamer because I'm wearing a lot of linen and it wrinkles really bad. Obviously, you helped me about that. Yeah, I bought a little one on TikTok that you just add a little water to, and it can work as an iron too if you need it. But it's very small. But it's like portable steamer. Looks awesome. It's like $30, and it will work with their plug because it's dual voltage. But yeah, so, and I feel like I packed really light for that amount of time. Yeah. So I got it all to fit though. Like, souvenirs, we will have to buy another small suitcase.
Ship them. And
either have my sister mail them later. We may do that. Or just pay for one checked bag and everybody split it with all of our souvenirs in it.
Yeah, that might be better because it's you and your parents, right?
Well, my dad is not going. He was, but he's not. So it's my mom, my husband, and I, and then my sister will be joining us for about half of it. But she lives in Rome, so worst case, we could have her mail us stuff, I guess. We'll figure it out.
I already forgot what I was thinking of. Do you know if you have to fill out customs forms before you go? Because my friend is going to St. Martin's and he's having to fill out customs paperwork before he leaves so that it's like registered.
Yeah, they're starting a new law for that in the EU, but it doesn't start till next year. Because I saw all these TikToks that were like, fill out these forms, blah, blah, blah. And I clicked on it. It was like travel dates, something 2026. So I was like, okay, I'm sure if it's like Scotland on the plane, they gave us a paper we had to fill out like before we landed to get in line for customs. But I'm going to do another Google to see if I can fill that out in advance and just like have it ready for all of us, because it was very hard on the plane landing to fill out this card, and then I had to fill mine and Jesse's out, of course. So
yeah, I think that's what he did. He filled his all out online. It doesn't send you any like email that says, hey, we've received your customs form. You just submit it, and hopefully you don't forget that you've already done it and do another one, or think you've done it and not submit it.
Yeah, I'll be taking a screenshot or something. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little nervous. I'm leaving. We're recording this. I'm leaving a week from this, but yeah, it'll be great. I will report back. We have several bookish stops, and I'm going to take lots of pictures, and I will show them. I'm sure the books and stuff will be in Italian, but I literally every city we were going to, cool bookstores. And there's two that I'm really, really, really excited about. One's in Venice and one is in Florence. So I will take lots of pictures and share on Open Booked, maybe while I'm there so you guys can see. But
yeah, that'll be fun.
For sure. Anything else on the book?
I don't think so. I loved the moment when she confronted her stalker.
Yes.
And they had a full meltdown when they realized someone had posted a video and she was in it. And she's like, fuck, he's going to find me. And I don't know what to do. But also, I'm really fucking tired of living scared. So she had that moment of just like complete badass. And instead of running away, she ran toward him. And he was almost, I'm sure, as someone that wouldn't want to be approached, like if I was stalking somebody and they decided to come at me, I'd be like, oh, no, this isn't how this is supposed to go. I'm supposed to be chasing you, not the other way around.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm sure he shit his pants.
Yeah. I loved that moment too.
And I didn't ever know.
Beat him up with a fucking baseball bat.
Yeah, I didn't ever know the sock on the baseball bat thing.
I didn't either. I must have missed something.
Like, I've seen it before in movies, but never put two and two together.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
I love it.
Learn something new every day.
If I can love a little book that took me 45 minutes to read and hate books that take me 10 hours, that just says something, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. I'm sure we will be reading more of both her and Carly Fortune's works in the coming weeks and months, and we'll report back. So tune in next week. We are putting our tinfoil hats on, and we are going to present you with a couple of conspiracies each. So definitely check in for that, because we might piss some people off. We might hurt some feelings, but it's just fun little information to go down a rabbit hole and just present you our case.
Yeah, and hey, we might not even believe it, but we're just having fun.
Exactly. All right, we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.